Podcast New York.
I have a question.
All right, Natalie.
When do I cave in?
Cave in.
Yeah, surrender. Stop saying no. Kiss my innocence goodbye.
You take a look, you take a back, you take a moment, there you have the facts of life, the facts of life. There's a time you gotta go and show you growing, now you know about the facts of life, the facts of life. When the world never sees you believing up to your dreams, and suddenly you find out the facts of life are all about you, all about you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 133 of the Video Rangers podcast. I'm Mike Ranger. Sitting beside me is Chris Ranger. Say hello, Chris Ranger.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are back.
And you know, we can never be whack.
Mike with his bad jokes. Immediately.
I like the Fat Boys.
Immediately.
Yep. So we
that
started
a
where
Fat
we
Boys
left
line?
off,
Uh-huh.
which is nice. So
Man, having kids
oh yeah,
really
that'll do it.
cramps my style.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you can't just do nearly as much cocaine.
What's
as
worse?
used
You
to.
want to hear about 80s culture and 90s culture from neckbeard who lives in the basement with no kids, or a guy who has got a dad bod and 2 kids and, you know, has a job?
I think
goes to
I
work
I like the
40
guy
hours a
in the
week.
basement.
I don't know.
He's more informative.
He's more informed.
And he's consistent.
He's consistent, is
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I got all sorts of time. I smoke cigarettes.
So what are we watching today?
So we're coming out of the hole that we fucking were out of to
Oh, yeah.
watch fucking Facts of Life. There's no one on the fucking planet right now talking about Facts of Life and watching it with another man, 2 men. No one. Doesn't exist.
First things first, I'm non-binary.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I'm a man.
yeah, well, if you want to assign a
I'm a
gender role,
man. I'm 40.
that's a t-shirt. That's what that is.
Because of the subject matter, parents may wish to view tonight's episode of Facts of Life with their children.
All right. So, of course, we are watching The Facts of Life the first time. Because somebody had to get laid eventually.
Gotta be someone's first
Gotta
time.
be some.
I mean,
yeah.
could you imagine 4 women going to private school? No one smokes. No one drinks. No one has sex. No one gambles. No one's got a sex line.
Fantasy
Make
Island.
money. It's fantasy land.
Pretty much, yeah.
No one does anything. Like, do they even like remote? Like, I think there's an episode where they go on spring break to like someone's house in Florida, like Natalie maybe, and like Tootie's walking around with a drink, and like, Tootie, what are you doing drinking? Like, oh, it just looks, you know, fashionable in my hand. Like, oh, fuck off.
It depends on what season you watch. It really, because first season, it's lawlessness.
Oh, it's fucking harem.
Yeah. And then as you go, it gets more and more restrictive.
It's
so
like,
then it's a part of you.
The first season, there's like men behind the camera. Like, yeah. Lift your leg.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
like
that's
that.
what it feels like. It's so creepy that first fucking
Like,
season.
I can
man.
imagine they have like do a split in like the green room. Like
Yeah.
they're having the girls do all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, it's like
Do a handstand.
yeah, you know, Tootie, can you put these roller skates on?
Yeah,
You know?
right. It doesn't look like a fetish. Like, put roller skates.
I mean, I know that was done
Make
because
sure she's got braces.
they say that the roller skates was done because she was so short, which I believe, but I do think that they might have added a little bit more sparkle.
It is that first season. Blair is in hot pants.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's got like the 70s, the 80s big hair and floof didn't really come in yet. So everyone had like straight hair, which
Yeah,
you know, is
straight hair.
fashionable at any time.
Short shorts, tight clothes.
And these are just 13 to 16-year-old girls, whatever, something like that. And they're like hinting on sex.
Yeah,
talking about it a little
they're all
bit.
boy crazy. I mean,
and they have somewhat tight clothes and short shorts on,
and they cover a lot of like crazy topics in that first season. And the first episode
it's really good.
Is
the first season.
You know, it's funny because a lot of people don't like the first season. They do that cast overhaul, but the first season, the first episode, they're talking about the possibility of one of the girls being a lesbian. You know,
Isn't there a guy who goes too far on one of the girls, I'm going from memory here.
probably we're all basing this off of shit we watched 30 years ago at this point.
And so anyway, like the show is very different, and it gets retooled in like 80, and now immediately everyone's wearing curtains for clothes.
It
Not that like they should be in like skimp, but it's just wall to wall, like they got shoulder pad clothes, like everyone's going to a fucking board meeting.
It just gets the hair and everything just gets
bigger and bigger as long and the girls get bigger
and the clothes
bigger.
get longer. It's the
And
girls.
then Blair loses all the weight and she's thin again.
Well, they had all that food on set, you know. But yeah, so this
That's what
episode,
they blamed.
yeah, I know they blamed.
They
it on
did
the-
say that.
Yeah.
Judy and like one of the behind the scenes was like, well, we were teenage girls and there's food out there
and we're
eating.
waiting.
And then they took the food away.
Well,
Which is, she said too.
kinda fucked up.
"Ew, you fucking cunts. like we're hungry. We're girls. We're hungry still.
it didn't help
Yeah.
that Joan Rivers makes the "Fats of Life" joke, so it's just fucking
No.
yeah.
They took a lot of shit and
Yeah.
it's fucked up.
But what's incredible about this show is that 9 seasons. It took 9 seasons for somebody to get laid. That's incredible.
Finally.
Yeah, and why not? Why not
a
be
girl in her
Natalie?
junior year of college.
Yeah,
Like nobody in America is fucking. Nobody in the world is having sex until they're 35. You gotta be an adult. You gotta be married.
you laugh, but you and I both know somebody who was like a 32-year-old virgin.
Who's that? Oh,
Yeah.
we can't just out him. Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, we can't just out him.
Well, not even that. It's just like girls, though, are like, it's one thing being a man and being a virgin, but men are after you no matter what you look like for the most part, unless you all have I'm not having sex till marriage because I'm Christian.
Well, that's Blair. Or,
And
well,
Tootie and
Lisa, whatever her name is.
Tootie and the show at least, because and Blair wouldn't even appear in this episode.
Yeah.
She was so offended.
Exactly.
Even though in the first season she is seen smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, and enjoying great popularity with the boys.
And she's trying to get laid by Roger in his van.
And she was looking to lose her virginity.
yeah, but he wanted a real relationship.
as soon as the show was like it hit, and you got a 3 or 4 year contract, I'm religious. Fuck you, I ain't doing shit.
It's kind of like being in a horror movie at the beginning of your career. I'll take my shirt off, but once I get a real role, I'm a respected actress.
Fuck you. I got God on my side.
Fucking God, man.
Because you can always repent.
He's all right. All right, everybody. So let's get into this, because on February 6th, 1988, on NBC, the 16th episode of the 9th and final season of The Facts of Life popped its cherry. But perhaps it doesn't really matter what was popped, but rather who popped who. It's a regular Who Done It on the Video Rangers podcast, as we watched the Facts of Life episode The First Time, where Natalie and Snake celebrate their 1-year anniversary. But when Natalie decides to turn Mrs. Garrett's picture to the wall and take Snake, the Eastland girls are less than supportive. What a scandal for the small town of Peekskill.
And I got to say, they casted the right guy, considering what he's known for
Oh, yeah.
in cinema.
Damone.
And everyone knows Damone.
You just don't know Damone.
And he's fucking all the freshmen.
And not paying for their abortions.
and not paying for it and ghosting them.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well,
fucking dirtbag.
You couldn't get a hold of those Earth,
What did they
Wind &
write on
Fire
his
tickets.
car? Little
Prick.
little prick. Yeah.
Prick.
He deserved that.
He did.
He completely did.
He did.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I really did. I really enjoyed that it was him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of those trivia questions because you totally forget about the facts of life.
Yeah.
You hear 20 years later, like who is the one who popped Natalie's cherry? And like,
Snake.
yeah, it's Snake, and it's fucking Damone from Fast Times. Excellent choice.
It is a good choice, and it's a great choice to choose Natalie. But originally, the episode was written for Blair, but Lisa Weschel, I can never say her name, Weschel? She refused to appear in the episode due to religious beliefs, and it is the only episode of the series where she does not appear. But it's okay. Pippa's here.
Pippa.
She's from down under.
You're probably saying, who the fuck is Pippa?
She's from
if
Australia.
You're not always fully, who the fuck just knows facts of life off the top of their head.
Pippa.
She shows up in season 9, I guess, to we got to young things up again.
She's a foreign exchange student.
15, and she's from Australia.
She's from the Aussies. She's been getting it in and doing the things that she do. That's how she talks. She's going for a walkabout, trying to get the Pippa to the Papa.
My mates back home reckon I'm a bit daggy.
That's the things that are coming out of their mouths. It's
they decided, okay, Australia is this is like the time when Australia was big in America.
Well, you got Crocodile
their
Dundee.
Culture, Foster beer.
Yeah.
Crocodile
and there is a Facts of Life movie.
Jam this girl in here, and let's jam all the fucking Australian slang we could fucking muster to make sure everyone fucking knows Australia is it's the thing. So let's fucking go with the fucking fad. And
she's like, that's a knife.
I've seen you played Spoony Knife.
Oh yeah,
that's not a knife.
Let's go to the movies. We'll watch Young Einstein with Yahoo Serious. It's really fucking stupid. But there were the made-for-TV movies where they go to Paris and then they go to Australia. And Pippa, ironically enough, is not from the made-for-TV movie.
Oh, and so I have looked it up.
Oh, you got some info.
Damone, Robert Romanus,
whatever.
Is he's way over 30
in this episode.
In that episode, it's 88. He's 32.
Well, he's a truck driver.
I said 29 when we watched it. He's 32.
He's 32 in real life.
In real
actual life.
It would be great if he just
was 32.
He wasn't. Now he's just fucking some 30-year-old guy, which is you can't do that.
Yeah. But, I'm happy for Natalie. I don't know about you. I know nobody else was, but I'm happy for Natalie. Everybody's happy for Natalie.
She's very excited that it happened.
Yeah, I'd be excited. Let's give her a round of applause.
Tootie's on her side.
Good job. Good job, Natalie. The Video Rangers podcast salutes you.
Tootie's on her side.
A little bit.
When she wakes Tootie up because she's so excited. And it's 5 a.m. So I don't know what they went to the Green River Inn.
They go to the Green River Inn, I think.
Right. So and they went there for dinner, but it's an inn, so you can get a room.
We think they got a room. We're not really sure about.
Or they fucked in his Camaro. I don't know.
he's got a truck driver.
Well, he's a truck driver. Doesn't mean you have a regular car.
I mean, he didn't even show up dressed to this fucking event.
Well, that's
the fucking
old,
jumper on,
bait and switch.
The old bait and switch.
So I'm gonna go with they got at the inn. For TV, you're not gonna. Normal life, you stay at the inn. You don't go home. You just, you fuck her the first time. Hopefully she doesn't bleed. Fuck her in the morning because she is a virgin.
Hopefully she doesn't bleed.
Well, then that ruins. Get it in, but it's
my
all right,
God.
now we're good. Right? If she bleeds, it's over.
Oh my God.
We're taking showers, throwing the bed away. See you next week, lady. Gross.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
I think I want to hear Arnold on that.
I wish Natalie had lost it to Arnold. Actually, what I really wish happened was Natalie lost her virginity to fucking the dude from Night Court in that first.
Oh, Richard Mall.
Richard Mall, who appears in the first 2 episodes of the fucking season
as himself, as a very
very
powerful, rich actor. That they ruin his house. And the house he's in, I don't know if Richard Mole at the time of Night Court could afford the house that they ruined.
I still think he got paid extra because he had to wear a uniform. That's just.
And he's only in the episode. He's the best they could get.
Yeah, they couldn't get anybody else.
Like George Hamilton.
Yeah,
he would have been perfect for that role.
Who's the other guy from Night Court they could have got?
Oh, Harry Anderson, maybe? He's the judge? John Larroquette?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I would have gone with John Larroquette, but John Larroquette was like, fuck Facts of Life. I'm too big for that.
I'm making Madhouse.
Probably said that. I was in Meatballs. You kidding me?
I'm doing Meatballs, too.
I'm in movies.
With some lovely little beads.
Facts of Life and Night Court
Facts of
merging forever. It's a strange
crossover.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's so weird that Richard Mall was in an episode as himself. Promote Night Court. That's pretty much it.
There's
And the
nothing
bumpers.
weird. Nothing weird, really. You can't say weird things happen on the Facts of Life or Different Strokes because fucking these two things are just synonymous with each other. There's an episode fucking where the girls are singing with DeBarge.
There is, I'm gonna go with 60% of sitcoms where they form a band at some point.
Oh yeah,
In the
everyone.
80s, in an 80s, 90s sitcom.
They always form a band.
Someone's gonna start singing somewhere.
They always form a band. They always end up in California.
I think there's what is it? They always end up in California. right?
Always at least one episode in California, and you always have to meet a star.
The just the
you go.
10 of us.
Yeah.
I think it's the Lubbock Babes. They have a singing
Lubbock.
band. Mr. Lubbock, Coach Lubbock.
Lubbock.
Coach Lubbock.
I'm sorry. Anytime somebody brings up just the 10 of us, I get such a smile in my fucking face because it's just like
It's
the ultimate fucking
Lubbock Babes, and they're like, it's probably the last season, I would
Yeah.
imagine, when they're reaching at straws like that,
Yeah.
forming a band, and they're the Lubbock Babes, and they're performing at probably shitty nightclubs.
You know, I could never really figure out how the Lubbock family lived in that apartment in New York when
Oh,
they were
Long
on.
Island?
When they were on, no, they were in New York.
well,
He worked at the Long Island
they
school.
they live in Long Island, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess they're in Queens, right?
Yeah, or something like that. But they live in an
Queens and
apartment.
Brooklyn is technically Long Island.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell that to somebody from those places.
Well, that's why people from Long Island feel so important, but whatever. I'm part of New York. I'm part of Queens.
Yeah, that's all right. Good luck getting out when the world ends.
I eat my pizza 2 slices at a time.
Oh yeah, I had an above ground pool.
Above ground pool kingdom.
I'm going to my cousin's house out in Lake Ronkonkoma.
I fucking hate Long Island. I just had to say it. I hate when I went to college. Everyone was fucking from Long Island, and I just heard that accent, and I just want to punch everyone.
You mean you don't want to send you summers on
Everyone
the
has
North
a
Fork?
they all sound self-important. That's what everyone fucking sounded like.
I know.
Like, fuck off. I hate you.
Okay, so
Never mind that. Facts of life.
facts of life. Take the good with the bad.
And
So-
yeah.
Natalie and Snake are going to go out for their big night. Natalie's appropriately dressed. She looks like the stars.
They almost pull a bait and switch on you. Well, they really do. So because they go out and it's like their 1 year anniversary since they fell in love.
Their
So
one-
they've been going
yes.
out for like a year and a half then, I guess.
Yeah.
And cue them coming back to the place, to her house,
They
and
do
they just
totally-
kiss 10 times. And then she goes upstairs and tells Tootie what
She wants
happened.
to tell Tootie,
and
yeah.
it's like, oh, it already happened.
Yet you don't get the conversation leading up to it. You get no real context.
Yeah, they're not going to
down.
show. It was like they had a date, they left, and that's it. And they
Yeah.
come home, so they're not going to get anything. There's no them at the dinner table. Or
Yeah,
nothing.
you don't get any talk that might lead into this situation. You know, Natalie isn't exactly leaning over to Snake saying, "Oh my God, I'm so wet."
Wow, Christ, Mike, it's on NBC.
Wow, come on.
This is an HBO.
Let's go for
Or Skinamax.
if we're gonna do this, let's do it right.
But I mean, it's so
Calvin's
like, it's
curled
like,
up
it
in a ball on
happened
school
already.
night.
And she gets home and she's so excited. She's got like sperm swimming up her, and she's in a rush. And
They
she
use-
has to
wait a
wake
minute.
Tootie up.
They use 3 forms of protection.
Oh yeah, that's right.
3 different kinds. But
A condom,
Yes.
a sponge, and another condom.
he was sponge
Maybe a
worthy.
cork. I don't know. Probably that was probably in her mouth though.
Well, here's my face. Go ahead.
Whoops.
But
So she wakes Tootie up because she's so excited. Like, I got laid. I'm 20. I'm 21.
21. It's 5 in the morning.
Natalie, it's 5 in the morning. Snake and I were up late talking. Aw, that's nice. Well, actually, we weren't exactly talking. Mm-hmm. You see, Snake and I have been going together for over a year. And we're really in love, and we are adults, so it just seemed natural to you know.
And the way Tootie reacts is almost like she's been laid, and not, you know what I mean. I feel like the way
she's
she's
surprised.
like surprised, and she like congratulates.
I'm so
her.
happy for you.
But I don't. I get this feeling that she's had sex already, and she's like, great, great for you.
You think that here, and she's actually kind of supportive here, but it's
And she's still in the morning, even though she says like, well, me and Jeff are waiting till
we're married. Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard because Tootie and Natalie are best friends.
Yeah.
So their conversation is going to be a little bit different. And that's what sucks about Blair not being here is you really don't get, a full circle of opinions, because Mrs. Garrett's sister is kind of an authority figure.
I really would have loved if Miss Garrett to have been here.
Yeah. Because she would have been like, girls. Just like that. Yeah, I wish Miss Garrett was there because, I think everybody would have wanted her opinion. But as far as Beverly Ann, I don't really care what she thinks, and she's also a mother figure, so she's not going to be like fucking. Oh, go get 'em.
Unfortunately, it's 1988 still, and we're not. America's not ready for a high school girl on television to have had sex unless she's in fucking TV cop drama and she's pregnant already.
Yeah,
and it's like a big sad, a sad story that she's just a teenage girl with pregnancy. Not girls at fucking private school.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of
not poor
shows that are dealing with sex. At this point in time, I'm struggling to think of a show that's dealing with sex where the characters are not either married or an adult. Because I can't say there's not a whole lot of that. I'm sure
I don't know enough about One Day at a Time.
Yeah.
Or I don't think
there's not a Happy Days episode. They
don't tackle it in Different Strokes, as far as I know.
No, Kimberly does end up. I think she's gonna
Kimberly's almost raped, but that's way different.
Yeah, rape is
that's a whole other spectrum, so we can't go there.
Yeah, that's
no, I don't know. I mean, listen, my knowledge is only so vast, and I was born in 1981. So
you're
again,
living.
I wasn't 14 in 1983, growing up with this shit exactly.
You know what we'll do?
Only to a degree, so is you.
Let's ask the audience if anybody knows of any shows that are dealing with sex where the characters are not married or fully grown adults. Please write into the videoragerspodcast@gmail.com and send us your opinions. Any thoughts on the matter would be greatly appreciated. But so Natalie goes, she tells Tootie, they talk it out, everything's fine. But the next day, Natalie is all aglow.
She can't wait to tell everyone else.
Yeah. Which is really just Joe.
Blair too.
Blair's
Which
not
is
there.
pretty much Joe. I always got the sense that like Loris Kleachman's there, but they don't care about her. Like you just need a Mrs. Garrett character.
It's so funny because the whole reason that
why is she there? Like, does she own the house? Is that the reason?
She's there to take over the business while Miss Garrett's in the Peace Corps in Africa.
Yeah, of course.
But the whole point of Charlotte Rae wanting to leave the show was because she saw that her character wasn't really necessary as the girls were getting into this age.
Yes, because they're going to do what you want.
So she wanted to leave.
Done.
She's like, I'm kind of done with
this. Give you only sparingly.
Yeah, now they kind of got to go on their own.
You got parents and shit, and you got your friends.
Yeah. So things have the dynamic has really changed by the time you're getting into the seventh season.
They're all 21 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
who the fuck are you? Like, we're done. Like you being our guardian is kind of done.
It's no longer necessary.
And advice and you can't be giving hand jobs at 14. Like, maybe that was a talk in real life to someone.
Well, in real life, yes, but on TV, no.
Well, they would, yeah.
You're not going to have those storylines.
I'm thinking 4 girls, let's just say, real life. If
giving hand
there was
jobs.
A house mother and you lived in a, sorority, even listen, you can't be fucking giving these guys. You got to make them want it.
Yeah.
Get it. You can't just be candid. They'd probably be saying things like that. if you're gonna go down that route. If not saying don't do it at all.
No.
You can't be giving it away. You can't
give the milk away for free.
There you go. You can't be giving the milk away for free.
These old sayings and cliches. The point is that it was a different era.
Surprised isn't said, honestly. You can't be giving the milk away for free.
I know.
I'm surprised it wasn't said. I would have laughed my face off if it had been said.
It's just funny because like when Natalie does break the news to everybody, everybody's like kind of shocked. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that you did that. You know, that's a big step.
Natalie, I know you're not a little girl. You're 21 years old, capable of making your own adult decisions. It's just that I grew up in a different time and place where you waited until you were married. Sometimes even later than that.
Well, that's fine, but times have changed.
Well, they haven't. I mean, Jeff and I are waiting until we're married.
Jill, help me bring these people into the 80s.
You don't need my help. You're doing fine.
I'd really value your opinion.
Well, it's a complicated issue. There are a lot of pros and cons.
Like the hiss of little snakes around the house.
You don't have to worry about that. We use contraceptives.
Are you sure they're 100% reliable?
3 different kinds. Look, this isn't some guy I picked up at a bar. I have been going out with Snake for over a year now. And I really love him, and he loves me.
Like, I don't understand. What are these girls doing with their lives?
Funny. It's 1988. You're in college. Everyone's waiting to marriage. Like it's the liberal media, or whoever you want to say. It's just we don't want to give our teenage girls the idea that they should be just having sex.
But it's interesting,
willy nilly.
Yeah, but it's just interesting as this
isn't Screwballs, Mike.
Why not? God damn it.
Screwball's a TV series.
I like my sitcoms to be like Porky's. But it's just interesting that the entire series run, for the most part, it's okay to joke about sex. It's okay to tease about it. But actually going through with it is just like...
They run that line.
Yeah.
Very tight throughout the whole series because they are boy crazy.
Yeah, especially in the beginning.
They're dating guys left and right. Because, what else are you going to have them fucking do? You're going to have them do something.
Yeah.
I mean, our old episode of Natalie Does Butt Stuff.
Yes.
Which we came to the conclusion. She's dating the most handsome fella that I have seen in ages of, 1987, whoever the fuck it was. But he's, they make him a retard. Not actually retarded. He's just really dumb. TV dumb.
He's not quirky.
And it's like, dude, like this guy would have nothing to do with you, Natalie. Yeah, your fucking mind. Like TV executives. What are we doing here?
Natalie's got great personality.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny? I hated Natalie for so long. I used to tell people like,
yeah,
fucking
you did.
Can't stand
in the
Natalie.
early episodes of Video Rangers, you constantly said it.
I fuck Natalie, hated her. But the more and more I watch this show, the more I realize that Natalie is the most real person on the show.
She's the only person who's not an actor.
Yeah.
They plucked her from a school.
Yeah.
From a girls' school.
They liked her so much that they were like, we need her on the show.
She was just a natural.
She's just naturally funny. Has no problem wearing shoulder pads. So perfect fit for the show here. But so Natalie, the girls are kind of giving her a little bit of shade. She does kind of feel like a little bit like
they go to the whole cliche where it's like
wait till you're married, all that shit.
Well, that too, but I mean, you had sex and then he doesn't call, or he calls and I can't see you, for a couple of days. So it's me like, oh, we're broken up because you can't see me anymore. I'm like, give it a day or two. Like things he said, listen.
He does call the next day and say, I can't see you.
And then he comes and meets her like another day later. So it's been maybe a day and a half, 2 days tops. So he does show up and then explain what happened. But in that, 18-hour period, it's like, oh, everyone's all fucking sad for Natalie because she just gave him her fucking pussy and then he split after he's been dating her for a whole fucking year. That was his whole long con. I mean, let me date this girl, waste all my time, fuck her once, and split.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. But, I mean, it is the morning after, and he's canceling a date, and now she's sitting there wondering what's going on like it's a fucking AIDS test.
The real reason is it's TV. We can't have him here 2 weeks dating her and then fucking her and then doing this.
Yeah.
And we can't have, we need consequences that he will just fuck you and leave. That, which is, honestly, if you watch those, what is it, MTV shows of pregnant and teenage pregnancy, whatever the fuck. I feel like I'm sound like I'm 70 years old. They have those shows where they're pregnant and teenager.
Yeah. Oh, like the
majority of those girls, the guys leave.
Yeah.
Like they just leave because you're not ready for that shit, and that's really what it is. You really aren't. You're ready to. You need to live your life still. To have the commitment to have to take care of it is enormous, enormous, and that's why they leave. The guys aren't ready, and they, the kid didn't come out of me, so, and it's very hard for the girl to just show up to your house, drop it off, and split. And they want you to know these consequences.
Yeah.
We're trying to be responsible here. So it's 1988 and we can't just blatantly talk about this stuff, but we can run that fucking line all day, which they did for fucking 9 years.
I think it's interesting that, first things first, a lot of these shows, they present these issues in a way to where people can learn from them. Like they're trying to give you advice is really what they're doing.
Unfortunately, isn't as entertaining as Different Strokes would have done it. No,
it's
gotten their hands
absolutely.
On this episode.
It's not nearly as after school special as Different Strokes could be. It's not nearly.
The stories aren't as fantastic. This is the difference between Different Strokes and this. This is like Different Strokes is like, okay, so let's say you buy a baseball game for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right? And there's regular RBI baseball and there's baseball stars.
Yeah.
And like one's a baseball game, one's like the arcade baseball game. Different Strokes is the arcade baseball game.
All right, so
we're taking chances.
Exactly.
We're going over here, we're going over there. Oh, you could jump 25 feet in the air and catch the ball. You know what I mean?
Different Strokes would have gave it way more jokes.
Yes.
And Different Strokes would have had Natalie dating Mr. T.
I think of baseball. You ever play dating Mr. T?
Right.
You got Baseball Stars 1 on Nintendo is a better analogy, and Baseball Stars 2, which is like a full arcade game.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like one's like
no, that's the strangest fucking.
One's like a simulator.
Analogy I've
the other
done.
One's like a fucking arcade game. I get it.
Like they're doing real life, and Different Strokes is just fucking off the scale.
One's Bulls versus Blazers. One's NBA Jam.
There you go.
There we go.
Fine.
All right.
Fine
Look how we got there.
Fine job.
Took a long way. We took a detour. But you know what Snake's real name is?
No. What's his name?
Norbert.
That's why I call him Snake.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm looking at Natalie's outfit, and I'm not. I think you're right. I don't think it's been a full day. I think it's been maybe 20 hours tops.
Like, is this okay? So
she's already freaking out.
They woke up the next day. She got up home at 5 a.m. and they had breakfast.
But she wakes up like fucking.
Apparently,
yeah.
So is this 9 at night, or is this like the whole day has passed at least now at this point?
This is at this point, I think like we're at the end of the day, and she's
Snake comes finally after calling her and saying he's not gonna be able to see her for a while, and he's got the conclusion like, oh, I just didn't know like how much how this is gonna affect me so much, and I'm really in love with you.
Yeah,
it's like it struck me hard.
Yeah,
which I don't know because like, dude, every guy's got sex in their mind. I can care less. Like I don't know about that. Like you guys weren't like high school sweethearts here exactly.
No.
But
basically,
he's madly in love with.
That's
Natalie.
really what it comes down to. He needed that time.
He needed time to be away from her to like, oh, I really want to be with you.
I want to give this a good thought.
It did. Yeah. I was in the right frame of mind afterwards, and I had to know where I was sitting, which I'm not sure how much sense that makes, but whatever.
No, it's just for effect,
pretty much.
But yeah, that's really where it goes. Is that he wants to actually marry her. He approaches her. He says,
and then she slightly like pumped the brakes here, and now she's pissed because they didn't get like a good phone call, and like a I don't know, like on another date immediately afterwards, and she thought she was just broken up, and she's like almost breaks up with him, and is like, I don't know, you had sex. It's not really that big of a deal.
I just think it's interesting.
Terms,
like they have sex. He wants to marry her, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, well, why don't we just take it a little slower?"
Well, he says this is on. He said, I don't know if he says
he's going to give up his truck route.
Yeah,
get a local
he
job.
Doesn't
in
say
Peekskill.
I'm going to marry you like today, but he's like, listen, I don't see that much of you. I'm going to change. I'm going to get a new job so I can be with you more instead of being on the road. Fair enough.
I like it.
And she kind of like, because you didn't call me, and the phone call I did get, I didn't like, is like, and after being through this whole day of everyone's opinion, kind of fuck you. Let's take it slow. Slow! The whole year. Again, he duped you in a whole year to have sex once. It's been longer than a year since you've been dating this guy. Give me a break, fucking.
Yeah, and he's living a life on the road.
Listen,
how many ladies in the evening?
You might as well just wait until marriage if you had sex then. Jesus Christ. So he's dated you and told you I'm on the... He could have said, I got to, so I imagine they're not seeing each other every day or even every other day.
Yeah.
So he doesn't call, I'm not going to see you for a couple of days. Should just be like, okay.
Yeah, there's something...
I'm a truck driver. I'm on the road. I got a job. Like,
yeah, you'd think she'd be used to it by now, but...
Yeah. It is... I don't know. Obviously we analyze this too much because that's just what we do. But
I think the problem with this is that we've referenced this episode a bunch of times, just doing the show over the course of 133 episodes. We've mentioned it a few times, and I had never seen it, and I had high expectations for it, and it was kind of a letdown.
It is.
There's nothing that great here.
No.
I think the problem is that me and you were spoiled with Different Strokes. And we expect that quality,
blatant,
and we never get it.
They're like that show is just like
it's so great. It's just fantastic.
I don't know where they're going sometimes. Like they just like exploit the characters.
They go balls to the wall. Everything
exploit the characters
is like times 100. And then on this,
it's like Jerry Springer in a PSA.
And you know what? Also. The show's called The Facts of Life. You waited 9 fucking seasons
to have the sex talk.
Jesus fucking
Christ! You
Christ.
do it in the first season. You ramble on. You kind of like it's mustard, and then it's like nothing. No one's having sex.
Nothing.
No one's getting just like promiscuous. It's just
no.
Give me Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah, first season it's all like real topics and real issues, and then as you go through it, it's like you get a couple things.
Yeah, you don't get nothing, but it's like the facts of life. We go to Natalie's funeral,
the facts of life becomes fucking Edna's Edibles, and we're fucking at a bake shop.
It just is just very vanilla. You think sex would have been a bigger thing throughout most of the show? Facts of life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait till the last season because we finally got to get. It's probably been sitting on the back burner. The whole any of the writers have been sitting there like, okay, when are we going to do it?
Yeah.
Nope. Season 2? Nope. Season 3? No. 4? No. We got to be older. All right.
It should have been
5,
dealt
6,
with.
7, 8, 9 goes by.
It should have been dealt with more when Blair and Joe went to college. That would have
been the perfect time. Yeah. When it should have been Joe or Blair.
Yeah.
Now, if Blair was normal, it would have been Blair. And it should have been when Blair was in college still.
If you were just blindly, let's say you're a writer on this show and you knew you were going to tackle this episode or this topic, you would definitely be like, Blair. We're going to choose Blair.
The people involved in the show are just like, I got to write this fucking schluck. I can't write anything with fucking teeth. You got to fucking vanilla everything. I can't even have.
He says.
Oh, Christ.
Give it a little teeth.
Give me, this stupid. I can't even
I hope you're not giving that advice to Natalie. Natalie, don't use teeth.
She probably bit Snake. She wrapped her legs around him, bit him.
I just wish we could have got the conversation for how it was proposed. I just wish we got a little bit of context. Fucking how did this go?
I'm thinking down to 2-0. I'm pretty sure Kelly had sex already, and they have Brenda lose her virginity on prom night, and that was a big deal. Which is
That's a little bit
lot of
different.
girls try, they want to plan that way. Like, just get this fucking thing done with. I've been with this guy for so long. Let's do it.
But then, what? But then we're in the 90s.
But Brandon loses his virginity because that was like prom night with Brenda was like season 4. Brandon.
I'm starting to wonder why you know this.
I watched a lot of it. Brandon loses. This is how Brandon loses his virginity. I'm pretty sure it's the first.
It's happening right now.
It's like the first season. And I'm just saying this is comparable because 90210. I think the first season is 90 or 91, so it's only 3 or 4 years later. But it's more of a drama, not a situation.
Oh yeah, it's a teen drama. Yeah.
Brandon loses virginity. An old girlfriend or just friend comes back from Minnesota and stays with the Walsh family.
Okay.
And she sneaks into his room at night and he fucks her.
Nice.
And he's pretty sure it's season 1 or 2. So he's like freshman or maybe sophomore. Bam. Just like that. No big deal. It's the 90s, Mike.
No big deal.
And it's on Fox. Fox. We take. Bah, 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 bah. We do what we want.
It's on Fox. All right, everybody. Now, we've also been sent a purity test from fan of the show, PGH_retro on Instagram. He was looking through a camping magazine that he found that was published sometime in the 80s, and he found a purity test.
It just happened on a camping magazine.
Just happened to find it. He was out in the woods looking at woods porn.
I did find a lot of porn in the woods when I was a kid. I'll tell you
he was drinking a warm beer and looking at porn.
A Meisterbrow. I found a lot of those in the woods, too. Empty.
So it was hilarious that he found this while I was doing the research for this episode. And I was like, oh, we got to like answer some of these fucking questions and see how would Natalie fare? How would the girls of Facts of Life fare on this fucking purity test? So let's look here. The test starts off saying, have you ever? Well, let's find out.
These are very popular in like Teen Cosmo.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like Tiger Beat, whatever. But a whole test.
This is from like 1970, 80 something?
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
And what I find so funny about it is just like fucking, hey girls, take a test, fucking find out, how much of a slur you are. Okay, so have you ever? First question is, have you ever had a date? Okay,
fair enough.
Like that. Have you ever been on a date past 4 a.m.? What? Well, clearly fucking Natalie has.
Yeah.
I mean, she got back at 5.
That isn't.
I don't understand.
There's like a 50-50 chance you had sex then.
Oh, okay. So nothing good happens after 4 a.m.
If you're out that late, not that you. What's qualified as a date?
I don't know, but all of a sudden that "Wake Up Little Susie" song by the Everly Brothers making sense.
You bring a girl back to wherever, and you have sex afterwards. Is that still part of the date?
I don't know. What if you went to the drive and you fell asleep? Yeah,
that sounds like an excuse on just a ton of us.
Ooh la la.
We fell asleep at them driving.
Ooh la la. All right. Had a blind date. Have you ever had a blind date? No. Okay. Have you ever been French kissed? Things are getting racy. It's getting a little crazy.
French kissed? Yes.
Okay. All right. Have you ever? I don't know what that is. Have you ever been kissed in a horizontal position? What the fuck?
What?
I don't know.
Am I kissing a different set of lips?
I don't know. Have you ever been kissed 3 or more times in a 24-hour period?
Well, like you kiss someone, and you let go, and you kiss again. Does that count?
I guess. I don't know.
That. All right, it's just dumb. Okay, 3 different guys or 3
I don't
girls?
know. There's a lot of questions here. I'm not gonna do every single one, but let's look at some of these.
Let's go into more interesting.
All right, so slow dance cheek to cheek.
Which cheeks?
Fair enough. Let's see. Had an alcoholic drink. Holidays and religious festivals do not count. Okay.
What? Were you dating your fucking dad's friend?
Jesus Christ.
at the old Seder?
Oh my God. All right. Have you ever had a lapse in memory due to drugs or alcohol? That's kind of scary.
Well, who hasn't?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
All right. Have you ever used alcoholic drinks to lower I don't know what this word is that they're doing here. Lower some resistance, I guess.
MOS? What does that mean?
They keep abbreviating MOS. Yeah. I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to read it as...
To lower an MOS's resistance.
Do you ever lower your inhibitions or somebody else's inhibitions to sleep with them, I guess?
I've never done that.
No, I've never done that.
I never, like drank some girl up to get her to sleep with.
No, I haven't done that.
Not that I remember, but I mean...
not that
buying a drink count? Just buying a drink or two?
I don't think it does. Smoke tobacco. Have you ever smoked pot or hashish?
Hashish.
What does this have to do with the fucking purity?
God bless you.
Thank you very much. So kind of you. Have you ever taken 4 or more recreational drugs in one night?
I feel like this.
Yes, I have.
4?
In one night?
4 different drugs?
Well, I've smoked pot, drank beer, eaten mushrooms, and probably done something else in there.
I feel like this is a secretly government quiz to find out what their young people are up to more.
I just hope that nobody fucking wrote their answers down, because if their mom ever found this, oh my God, man. All right, here now we're getting into something with a little bit more teeth, as you would say. All right, so have you ever read a pornographic book or magazine?
No, never.
Seen a pornographic movie?
My favorite porno that I found on my brother's bed was this naked girl, and aliens were fucking her. So like a gray alien, but he had a human dick. They were fucking this girl.
What color was his dick?
Human dick color.
Oh, human dick. Human dick color.
They had human dicks. I wish I could find it and show it to you. It was, I heard like even then like, sure, like I didn't jerk off to it. I mean, I was like 12 probably. I wasn't doing that yet. But I remember like, this is interesting. Like, imagine being the girl. Like, okay, we're gonna shoot you, and we got these alien guys, and they're gonna come on you and do.
I just imagine
I guess edit a human dick in there. I don't know what how exactly they went about it, but I just remember this is great. This is a great photo shoot.
I think that
Star Wars.
Everything you've just said to me is resulting in. I feel like there's a lot more to unpack here. We might need to revisit this at a later time.
I don't know if it was Penthouse or just some other way off magazine, but I remember like finding a stack of magazines under my older brother's bed, going through them and finding this scene. All right.
That's so.
It was interesting, to say the least, right?
I'm a little nervous.
Something you don't forget, and it's in almost 30 years.
Oh my God.
Man, we're fucking old.
Fucking alien porn.
Fuck.
All right. What else we got here? Let's see. Read a pornographic book or magazine. Seen a pornographic movie.
This is for girls, though, right?
I guess. Seen a stripper. No, I don't think this is just for girls, because as we scroll down here, question number 25 is, have you ever had an erection or a clitoral erection? I'm
not familiar with that.
Does
it get erect?
Clitoral erections?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that it wouldn't, or I shouldn't know it, but I mean, it's not like I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Exciting a woman, and then I got all the lights on, and I'm making sure that it rises up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know that necessarily that it gets bigger and larger, but I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I've never.
You know what I mean? Like, like, oh, hang on, let me get I put my minor light on.
Yeah, like you're fucking.
Oh, it gets bigger. It's erect.
Like you're Mr. Slinsky.
I guess. I guess suppose like it does bloom.
I guess, but
I just never thought of it.
Yeah, and I've never walked up to a girl and been like, "Hey, is that a sausage in your pants? Or are you just happy to see it?"
Yeah, exactly. I can poke out, and I didn't write it in my journal or nothing.
All right, so we've got more questions here. Like, have you ever had an orgasm?
Okay.
Have you ever had an orgasm in a dream? But normal questions, but these are the ones I really enjoy. Have you ever fondled anyone's butt? Well, Natalie has. She does butt stuff.
Someone does butt stuff to her.
Look at this. All right. Fondled a girl's breast or had breast fondled. Okay. I really wish we knew what MOS...
There's an answer on that right there. It says oral sex.
Oh, wow. There is a fucking...
Someone wrote on the paper.
Oh, okay. So maybe somebody didn't know what that meant.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's fellatio.
Yeah.
And that's like Italian or
Yeah.
something.
That's
It's going to break.
It's very exotic.
It's fragile.
Okay. Have you ever been nude after puberty?
We're going to take showers? What? Ever been nude after puberty?
Oh, God. Fondled genitals or had genitals fondled?
I like that sentence.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, God. Even the audience
Does
thinks
it
it's
say
fine.
masturbated to a picture?
I think it does, actually. All right.
The M looks very weird there. Masturbated. Masturbated to a picture. Masturbated with another person in the room.
Have you ever engaged in cunnilingus? Or engaged in fellatio?
Congolese rice?
Although it says gone 69. Engaged in definitive sexual behavior.
Been caught masturbating.
Oh, God. Watch someone else masturbate. Jesus Christ, This is a party. All right, let's look at a couple more questions because there's a lot of fucking fun stuff in here. I like this. I wish I could have taken this test. I wonder what
ever brought a sex tape to your friend's house and had all your friends watch?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, okay, we just edit that out then. Turn the sound down though.
Know what you're talking about.
All right, we can go next question.
Next question. Okay, committed an act of exhibitionism.
I've never been quite certain on that exhibitionism definition. Is that just like I'm a whore? I'm like really slutty. And like I'll do things.
I guess like if you were to go like
I've always
to a
seen
nude beach, maybe. That would be
Okay, I've always seen that word, and I can't quite put my finger on the definition of it.
Well, it's when you go
Just someone who's kind of like, I'll get naked for like a lollipop.
I don't know. I get
don't know.
confused with that and like what Lewis
I'm
and
an
Clark were doing.
exhibitionist.
But have you ever committed an act of voyeurism?
Voyeurism.
That's when you're watching.
That's when
somebody.
you're. I understand that.
he's like, yeah, I get it.
I
I get
know
it.
that word.
I've done it before. All right. Now, this is my favorite question so far. Simulated intercourse with an inanimate object.
Does my hand count?
No, an inanimate object.
Yes.
So, like a stuffed animal.
No, not a stuffed animal. You want me to say? Should I say it? I don't fucking know.
Feel free.
Ah, Christ.
Nobody listens.
No one listens.
No,
I
nobody.
tried to fuck a banana once.
You tried to fuck a banana. With or without the peel?
You heat it up.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, that's it.
You ever see
You heat
Me,
it
Myself,
up.
and Irene? He heats up the fucking watermelon.
Oh my goodness. All right.
The banana said no.
Have you ever unintentionally interrupted a couple in a state of undress?
I wish.
Unintentionally. Participated in
I had a girl flash me. Does that count?
Yes, it
And
does.
she had fucking like 10 for 10 tits.
Nice.
Was at your party?
I was thinking that. I was like, she showed everybody her tits that day. Even my dad.
They were perfect.
My dad still talks
They
about
were
it.
absolutely perfect.
Dude, she had nipples the size of fucking dinner plates. What are you talking about?
I liked them.
I liked them. I like those areolas. All right, here's one that this might be my new favorite question. Participated in a tickle orgy, gross out, truth or dare, or similar activity. What the fuck is a tickle orgy?
I haven't been living enough life, man.
When I go home, I'm asking my wife for a
are
tickle
these
orgy.
like questions for teenagers?
I
Like,
guess.
who kids the heck?
Jesus Christ. I went to high school.
Like maybe 25.
There was no tickle orgy.
I want a tickle orgy.
Experimented sexually before puberty. All right.
That's a very loaded question.
That's a loaded question.
That can go a lot of different ways.
And that's going to go off right in your hand, and I'm not going to answer.
Yikes. We can just skip that one.
We're going to go right past that. This is not the bike shop episode. Perhaps if we had Dudley on. All right. So now we're getting into more generic questions. Had
Sex with
intercourse.
3 different people separately.
Purchased contraceptives at a drugstore. Because that's something to feel bad about.
Does the supermarket count?
Had sex more than 10 times ever.
Well, this is the 70s then.
Yeah. Had continuous sex for more than half an hour.
Yes. I'm gonna agree to that one.
All right.
It's happened.
It's
I want to
happened.
make sure everyone knows.
Had sex in the last 3 months.
No. That's what marriage and kids will do to you.
Yeah.
It's a no.
Had sex using a condom. All right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look at this. Had sex at a house when the parents are home. That's a high school thing.
My parents or someone else's parents?
Anybody's parents. Had sex with a virgin. Okay. Had sex during menstruation or with a girl during her menstrual period.
Crime scene sex.
Oh.
Yikes. Get the yellow tape up.
Oh, God. Committed statutory rape.
That's a
That's a question. This is no longer a test. This is segregation.
Is Agent Johnson outside the door?
Oh, my God. Arranged or had an abortion.
I like how it says arranged for the guy. He's got to call him up. Yeah, I got her. I'm bringing her in.
Can you make the appointment for me?
He's making the appointment. You got to pay for it, right? That's a
I'd like to make an appointment for my girlfriend.
I got $200 for you. You got to pay for the other $50.
Now, when she gets there, just tell her it's a vaccine.
Yikes.
Oh, my God. Okay. Have you ever tasted semen?
No.
Okay. You don't have to answer these. Just letting you know.
It's
okay.
funnier if I do.
All right. Had been propositioned by a pimp or prostitute. What is question 85? Have you ever accepted? Accepted what?
Accepted? It just says accepted. It doesn't say anything.
Have you ever taken it? Had anal intercourse. Okay. Had a VD test. Had a VD test due to a reasonable suspicion.
By a reasonable suspicion.
I didn't have symptoms.
Well, had sex?
I guess.
Like what other suspicion would it be? Engaged in Transylvania sex? Engaged in Transylvania.
Oh, look at this. In
Transvestiza? What is that? Transvestiza. That's what it says. TRANSVESTISA.
Okay.
Transvestiza?
Engaged in transvestation for sexual enjoyment. I committed incest. Been orally stimulated by a member of the own sex. Same sex.
Prepubescent to a 12-year-old.
Prepubescent. Been masturbated by a member of the same sex.
Committed bestiality.
Engaged in group sex here. Committed bestiality is question number 99. So not 100 questions? Okay. Wow.
The last question's on the other page.
Yeah, probably. We're going to miss out. So
it's the big question.
What do you think?
Have you ever eaten a baby?
No, haven't.
The ultimate taboo.
Yeah, that's the one that's probably the worst. What do you think, like, the girls of Eastland?
What have they done in that?
In all 9 seasons, do you think that these girls ever engaged in any of this stuff?
And again, 4 girls at all girls private school who are boy crazy.
Yes.
They don't smoke. They don't drink. They don't have sex. They chase boys.
The thing is,
they don't gamble.
Yeah. Well, actually, all right.
One of them should have had a gambling problem.
They actually do gamble in the first season. There's a lot of card games. 2D is the deal.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Had them playing.
What, they're gambling sex?
No. They're playing spades or something. Just have them do fucking something other than just be a girl.
Here's the thing.
And, like,
they
fucking do nothing.
The thing is, like, we can't say that they don't ever do these things, but they come at the cost of a lesson. Like, if they do have an episode where they drink, it's to teach you something.
Anytime anyone's drinking, it's to the fucking extreme. No one can just have a drink.
Exactly. There's no boys will be boys, girls will be girls.
Can't just have a drink.
No. We have to if we're going to put this stuff on the air, we have to teach a lesson.
It's like if you're drinking when you're under 21, you're always drinking.
Yeah.
And then when you're 21, you're just occasionally drinking.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. TV is just, you don't want to do that. It's too complicated. So it's just black or white. Yes or no. We're not going to go crazy with that on a sitcom. We're not paying writers enough to do shit like that.
No, it's
Like I'm pretty sure that again 90210. Dylan had a drug problem. In the later seasons, he was just like drinking beer, hanging out with people.
Peach Pit
So it was
after dark.
And you can't do that. Unless I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it's a totally different decade, though. Things were, you have to like do these things now to do them later.
They have a certain responsibility, and that's what it comes down to. You can't just be real. You can, you can ride that line of being real with certain things, but you can never pass it and stay there.
But you can now.
But you can now.
Now you can.
Plenty. There's all sorts of shows.
Yeah.
Where you can, and it's gritty, and you can do all. And hell, TV is for the last 5-10 years been better than the movies.
Absolutely, the shows are way better. Than movies now.
You can have all your characters. You can string them out.
Tell deeper stories.
Exactly, and you're doing it. The writing is well. Like they're just really doing it very well. Excuse me. They're just doing a very good job compared to movies. Movies is such a big production. So much money is put into it, and the TVs is you get more money out of it, and it's a lot slower progression. But you can drum things.
You can milk it longer.
Milk is right.
Yeah. But I think the Video Rangers podcast needs to salute the Facts of Life and shows just like it for making the TV that we see today possible.
At the end of the day, it's a cornerstone show. It broke a lot of barriers. I can't think of any 5-woman lead show.
No, it was really like one of the first of its kind.
It showed up in 1979, 80s when it really started.
Yeah.
Until like the Golden Girls, where like all these women leads telling it like it is. And I always love the Golden Girls. Is great.
Great show.
And I love how they tell the old, and they tell old stories, like true ones, like how when they're serious about stuff, about raising kids, things like when they start talking about stuff, it really brings perspective.
Sicily, 1922.
But like it's, how they you had your kids in rubber pants,
Kid in rubber pants.
You didn't have diapers at a certain point.
Yeah.
It tells you how well you had things. You have things now. You didn't have diapers. You didn't have even cloth diapers was what you had, or you had rubber pants in the 70s. Things like that. It's a whole different. I mean, it's a whole. It brings the whole generation to you. Putting they mentioned rubbing whiskey on your gums. That's mentioned. That's black.
Can't do that today.
You're a dirtbag.
If you had a choice to spend, you have 1 week vacation.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend it in Peekskill or St. Olaf?
St. Olaf. Peekskill's a fucking dump. I've been there. There's some nice spots, but it's fucking dirty.
Are you telling me that
Peekskill's a nice name?
That Blair's parents
There's some nice places in
send her to live in Peekskill,
I'll give
and it's a
that.
dump.
It's not a dump, but there's like some dirty places in
Are you
Peekskill.
telling me that the TV version of Peekskill is different from the actual place?
Oh, yeah. It's different? Peekskill, New York? Get out of here.
Get out of town. We're like 30 minutes from there right now.
Yeah, give or take. Maybe 40.
Yeah.
I drive past it every day to go to work.
I used to work there. Oh, man.
There's some nice spots in
No,
Peekskill,
Peekskill's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But it is like it's not like a dirt ghetto, but
Let's see. Peekskill or Newburgh? I'll take Peekskill.
I went to a elderly home in Peekskill. I had this one job at Coke when I worked at Coca-Cola.
Mrs. Garrett's house?
Not Mrs. Garrett's house.
Oh, okay.
And I went to 3 different elderly homes in this department.
In one day?
We were moving vending machines, right? And I went to a really, really nice elderly home. I went to a kind of middle ground elderly home. And I went to like the worst place in the world elderly home. And it was in Peekskill. Like, I am scared. I want to leave here now.
Like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Or?
Close.
Oh, okay.
We're getting close.
Oh, my God.
There's dementia people walking around.
Actually, it does kind of.
And it was like, and it was like an old motel.
Yeah.
It was 2 floors. So it was an old motel that they transformed into that. And I was like, we can't get out of here sooner. This is sad. Sad sack.
You know what would have been great? Like if Natalie's boyfriend was Cool Hand McConaughey.
Cool Hand McConaughey was probably about 14 or 15 at this point.
It was like probably 17, right? Something like that. 88? I don't know. I guess we could look at it. Look up.
Maybe. He might have been 18.
Yeah. I know that Ben was way too young.
He would have fucked one of the Facts of Life.
Yeah. Well, Ben was fucking.
Because Ben was
a horn dog
too.
He
would have fucked Natalie.
Yeah, Ben is rounding up his second grade classmates and having them call fucking 976 numbers. Oh man,
and stinky.
Well, there's a first time for everything, and we at the Video Rangers podcast, we're happy to celebrate Natalie's first time together.
Congratulations, Natalie.
Congratulations, Natalie. We salute you. Thank you, PGH_retro, for sending us the purity test, and we failed. There was a lot of answers that were edited out. Well, until next time, if you've ever simulated intercourse with an inanimate object, we're ready to believe you.
Banana.
Oh, God.
I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't care. The banana. The banana didn't work.
Podcast New York.